recipient of the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship. I learned about this particular scholarship through social media. I was very excited when I learned that I am a recipient for the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship. I think it's an honor and a privilege to be a recipient of such a scholarship. I will be attending the University of Nottingham in the United Kingdom, and I'll be pursuing a Master of Laws in International Criminal Justice and Armed Conflict. So upon my return to Jamaica after pursuing my master's at the University of Nottingham, I will continue in my development in developing areas of the criminal law, in human trafficking and sexual offenses, as well as anti-gang, extradition and cyber crimes and digital forensic. It is my desire to create continued legal learning solutions that would contribute to policy building in our nation of Jamaica. If I were to change anything about Jamaica, well, I wouldn't say change, but I would stress the importance of family life and values, which makes for a healthy society.
Ladi- Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, Governor General. The national anthem will be played at this time. You may be seated. His Excellency, Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, Governor General, Honorable Audrey Swell, Cabinet Secretary, Office of the Cabinet, Mr. Wayne Jones, Deputy Financial Secretary, Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, Major Othniel Blackwood, keynote speaker, and one of the graduates from our inaugural Marcus Garvey Scholarship Cohort, Mrs. Jacqueline Mendez, Chief Personnel Officer, Office of the Service Commission, Ms. Nikisha Walsh, Executive Director, Student Loan Bureau, Captain Natalie James, Marcus Garvey Scholarship Recipient 2023, Dr. Wayne Henry, Executive Director, PIOJ, Professor Stephen Vassiani, Professor of Law at the University of the West Indies, Executive Representatives of private and public sector agencies and academia, members of the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship Secretariat, other specially invited guests, well-wishers, friends, supporters, representatives from the Strategic Human Resource Management Division at the MOFPS, members of the media, those joining us virtually, good morning to you all. I think I want to try that again. Good morning to you all. Thank you. Marcus Garvey said, "The ends you serve that are selfish will take you no further than yourself, but the ends you serve that are for all, in common, will take you even into eternity." We are here this morning to celebrate and congratulate the 2023 Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship recipients. That's where we applaud. My name is Shelly Ann Weeks, and I will be taking you through the program this morning. And of course, we want to ensure that we start on the right foot. So at this moment, I'm going to invite Mrs. Jacqueline Mendez, Chief Personnel Officer, Office of the Service Commission, to lead us in a word of prayer.
Good morning, everyone. Would you like to stand? Okay, so we close our eyes and we say, "Good morning, Lord. Good morning, Lord. Thank you for a wonderful day. Thank you for waking us up in our rightful minds. Thank you for keeping us healthy and strong. We are here this morning to bestow upon 30 wonderful persons an award. And I want you to bless them, Lord. I want you to give them wisdom, knowledge, and understanding as they embark upon a journey. And I'm sure it will not be an easy one, but help them and keep them safe. We want to thank you, Lord, for our leaders, and we want you to bless them and keep them and give them wisdom and understanding also. We are here this morning at your mercy, and we ask you to guide us, keep us safe in this land, and open the hearts and change the hearts of those who are doing wrong. All these we ask of you, dear Lord. Bless us. Amen.
Thank you, Mrs. Mendez. The Marcus Garvey Public Sector Scholarship was launched in 2020 at a value of $1 billion Jamaican dollars to improve the human capital development of our public sector workers. This 5-year program is the first of its kind, and it is exclusively geared towards funding graduate studies for high potential public sector employees, and that is in the strategically aligned areas in government priorities. The Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship has so far seen 44 scholars pursue studies at some of the world's leading universities such as Harvard, Cambridge, University of West Indies, Oxford, and others. Those who have received this scholarship got some benefits. The Marcus Garvey Scholarship covers 100% of the tuition costs. And, yes, for overseas scholarship awardees, they are provided with a stipend to cover reasonable monthly expenses, including meals and accommodation. This is not a little bit of something. In his 2023 message to the candidates, our next speaker said, "It has been an immense privilege to witness firsthand the dedication and potential of each candidate. Collaborating with a panel of distinguished and seasoned professionals has enriched the selection process. Please welcome His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, Governor General."
Thank you. Mrs. Audrey Sewell, Cabinet Secretary. Mr. Wayne Jones, Deputy Financial Secretary, and members of the Marcus Garvey Graduate Scholarship Selection Committee. Major Othniel Blackwood. Award recipients, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome each one of you to King's House for the third presentation of awards to recipients of the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship Program. As you heard, I happen to serve as the chairman of the committee, but I must say up front that I only chaired one sitting this year because other engagements took me away and I had to rely on Professor Vassiani to chair the other two meetings. Dr. Thorburn told me that he did an excellent job. And thank you so much, Professor. I will share with you some of the other members who served on the selection committee for the past 3 years. And I should let you know that it is a pleasure for me to work with the panel of experienced, skilled, and talented individuals, namely Ambassador the Honorable Douglas Saunders, former Cabinet Secretary, Mrs. Jacqueline Mendez, Chief Personnel Officer, Office of the Services Commission, Professor Vassiani, as I mentioned before, Professor of International Law, University of the West Indies, Mona, Dr. Diana Thorborn, Director of Research, the Caribbean Policy Research Institute, Dr. Wayne Henry, Director General of the Planning Institute of Jamaica. And I hope I have not left anyone off. These are the members of the distinguished members of the panel. And I am to tell you that the panel is very distinguished, very well read, understands the dynamic of what it is, what we're looking for students in the graduate program. And so I want to commend them and recommend to you, Mr. The Financial Secretary, Deputy Financial Secretary, Mr. Wayne Jones, I would like to recommend to you that you find a nice way outside of the verbal to let them know that you really appreciate their services. Each year, we are convinced more and more that this bold initiative, you heard our chairperson speak of the importance and the value that is attributed to the scholarship. We award graduate scholarships to workers in the public service. And this is a step, I believe, in the right direction and will be a boon to our national development. I look forward to increased uptake of the scholarships over the next 2 years. Please let others who are working in the public sector know of this and encourage them to apply. They may very well be successful. I felt extremely gratified last November when Major Othniel Blackwood of the JDF visited me on a courtesy call and presented me with a bound copy of his master's thesis. This is a success story, and I see that Major Blackwood is our keynote speaker for today. We look forward to hearing from him as he shares with us his journey. Well done, Major Blackwood. During our deliberations, the members of the panel agreed that it was an invaluable experience interacting with the candidates who were shortlisted and interviewed. We were impressed with the caliber of the candidates, their educational achievement, the passion for the work that they do, and a vision of the impact that their training will have on national development. And so to these successful candidates, let me say a few words to you. The journey to a master's degree is not just getting or gaining a certificate or adding letters behind your name. It is about pushing your boundaries, expanding your horizons, and embracing a deep-rooted commitment to self-improvement. It is about late nights, the intense discussions, the research, the challenges, and the breakthroughs. Remember, graduate study will require resilience and tenacity, At times it might feel overwhelming. But in those moments, I encourage you to recall the purpose that brought you here today. Your success in these studies, however, is not just for personal gain. It signifies something far greater. It's a testament to our nation's progress. The knowledge you acquire, the insights you gather, and the skills you hone will be integral to shaping and fortifying our nation's future. Every policy will shape you. Every project you will lead and every community you uplift will be a manifestation of the learning and commitment that you poured into your studies. You are not merely students, you are pioneers. With each assignment you submit, each exam you tackle, and each thesis you defend, you are solidifying the bedrock upon which our civil service and our nation will stand even stronger. However, while the weight of this responsibility might feel heavy, let it also be a source of boundless motivation. Your dedication to your studies is a direct investment in the future of our nation. Your success is our success. Your growth is our growth. And let me sit down now because I want to hear Major Blackwood. Let me offer you some words of advice as you embark on this transformative journey. In fact, I'll just give you three. One, stay curious. The world is vast and knowledge is endless. Let your curiosity guide you to uncharted territories of learning. Secondly, build bridges. Collaborate, network, and engage with your peers from diverse backgrounds. These relationships will enrich your perspectives and open professional doors. And lastly, stay grounded. Remember your roots, the sacrifices made for you, and the purpose of your studies. This will keep you motivated even during the challenging times. Thank you so much, congratulations, and I trust that you will soar to even greater heights. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, Governor General. I know a lot of you did not know he was going to drop so many gems, so I'll give you an opportunity to get your pen out because you want to write this down. Stay curious, build bridges, stay grounded. I know he meant it for the graduates, but I can see how this advice will apply to myself, so the rest of us can make use of it as well. You will note that the Minister of Finance isn't here with us today, he's traveling, but this project, this initiative is something that's very, very important to him, and he has a little message. So if you could just turn your attention to the screen.
Our first national hero, Marcus Garvey, believed and taught us to believe in the innate power, potential, and possibilities for the Jamaican people. It is that spirit that embodies the government of Jamaica's launch of the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship. This is a scholarship program where we're investing in the human capital development of Jamaica's public sector. We are proud of the fact that members of the Jamaican public sector through the Marcus Garvey public sector graduate scholarship have been able to pursue graduate studies at the world's leading universities, including the University of the West Indies, Harvard University, Oxford University, the University of London, among others. We are also pleased at the numbers of persons from the public sector who apply for the scholarship each year. Each year, the selection committee, which is chaired by His Excellency, the Governor General, has a difficult time, a challenging time, with a number of quality applications that are received. But the good thing is that this is a big scholarship, and I want to encourage all those in the public service who are thinking about applying to go ahead and apply for the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship, and to congratulate all those who have been successful in being awarded a Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship. You are a part of changing Jamaica.
You are a part of changing Jamaica. Lots of gems dropping here this morning. I wonder if our next speaker will have any gems to drop. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Mr. Wayne Jones. He is the Deputy Financial Secretary, Strategic Human Resource Management Division at the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, to give his remarks.
Thank you very much, Ms. Weeks. Your Excellency, Most Honorable Patrick Allen, Governor General of Jamaica, our Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Audrey Sewell, OJ, members of the Selection Committee, include our Chief Personal Officer, Mrs. Jacqueline Mendez, and you would have heard the names before, our guest speaker, the head of the Student Loan Bureau, which plays such an important role in this program. They disperse the funds, you see? So when you don't get the money, it's SLB you're to blame. Distinguished awardees, friends of awardees, relatives of awardees, members of my own team at the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service and the Marcus Garvey Technical Secretariat, all those in the room and those who are participating through the technology online. Good morning. Let me thank you on behalf of the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. You would have heard from our Honorable Minister, who unfortunately, though he would have wanted to be here 3 years in a row, unfortunately has to be out of the country. And State Minister Xavier Main sends his regrets, as well as our Financial Secretary, who is out on some well-earned leave at this time. Your Excellency, we thank you, and of course Lady Allen, for once again so graciously welcoming us into King's House for this very important exercise. It is a clear demonstration of your continued commitment to the advancement of the public sector and Jamaica generally through education. And we thank you, sir. We thank Lady Allen for hosting us once again. Ladies and gentlemen, the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Scholarship, whilst a standalone educational activity, is connected to the bigger effort of the government of Jamaica of transforming the public sector into a place where all Jamaicans aspire to work, to a place where all Jamaicans look for the best quality public service, to a place where public service management is at the top and rank with the developed countries of the world in whatever ranking there is that ranks the delivery of public service. And so the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service continues to lead the charge in facilitating training opportunities for public sector workers and the citizens of Jamaica in accordance with national goal number 1 of the Vision 2030 plan, along with other priority areas of the government of Jamaica from time to time. As part of the government's continued drive to provide world-class education and training to its citizens, a key component incorporates the alignment of the training needs to the present and future demands of the country. The Marcus Garvey Scholarship Program is an initiative of the government of Jamaica in responding to the need to unearth latent potential within the public sector, to develop individuals who can advance the GOJ's core deliverables against a changing global landscape. The Marcus Garvey Scholarship Program, therefore, is intended to develop a public sector-wide talent resource pool by providing the financial resources to 150 qualified candidates, public sector workers, over a 5-year period, as you would have heard from His Excellency, to pursue postgraduate studies under some named thematic areas. These broad areas include public sector governance, health, education management, sustainable climate change, financial reform, and resilience, and more. The expectation is that these efforts will serve as a catalyst for the retooling process to complement the various ongoing transformation programs as the government of Jamaica re-engineers the way it conducts business and delivers services to the citizenry. The program, now in its 3rd installation, has benefited so far 44 public sector workers in various roles, from educators to policymakers to health and military professionals. The universities attended include, as you also heard from my minister's message, Oxford, Harvard, UWI, UTech, Johns Hopkins, and the list goes on. And this year, we know there are others that will be added as the selection process has turned out. This allows for an enriched learning experience and development of a group of individuals poised to make greater contributions to nation building in their respective capacities. The Ministry of Finance and the Public Service says to our esteemed awardees, you have been carefully selected, having displayed the desired skills, academic achievements, tenacity to inspire and lead a greater tomorrow. We therefore extend to you warmest congratulations on your selection and remain committed to supporting you throughout your educational journey and as you return to give back through service to Jamaica, land we love. Thank you.
Thank you so much, DFS Jones. As you can see, we are here this morning because of the accomplishments of public servants. And obviously, we have the stock because we wouldn't be here if we didn't. So congratulations once again to all the recipients this year. This is perhaps my favorite part of the event. This is now the 2nd year I'm meeting this little girl, and I'm always very, very excited to see her. I don't know if she's coming on the stage, but I'm crossing my fingers. In the meantime, I want to introduce you to her father, Mr. Omal Wright. He is a poet, and he's going to perform a tribute to the Right Excellent Marcus Garvey, national hero. Put your hands together for him.
Garvey.
Every black boy is a king.
Garvey.
Your skin is not a sin.
Garvey.
Love the skin that you're in.
Garvey.
Every black girl can win.
Garvey.
Every black boy is a king.
Garvey.
Your skin is not a sin.
Garvey.
Love the skin that you're in.
Garvey. And sister on the auction block, across the years your eyes seek mine, compelling me to look. I see your shackled feet, your primitive black face. I see your humiliation and turn away ashamed. Across the years your eyes seek mine, compelling me to look. Is this creature that I see myself, ashamed to look, because of myself ashamed, shackled by my own ignorance, I stand a slave. Humiliated, I cry to the eternal abyss for understanding. Ancestor on the auction block, across the years your eyes meet mine. Electric, I am transformed. My freedom is within myself. I look you in the eyes and see the Spirit of God eternal. Of this only need I be ashamed of blindness to the God within me. The same God who dwells within you. The same eternal God who shall dwell in generations yet unborn. Ancestor on the auction block. Across the years I look. I see you sweating, toiling, suffering. Within your loins, I see the seed of multitudes from your labor. Grow roads, aqueducts, cultivation. A new country was born. Yours was the task to clear the ground. Mine be the task to build.
Grand rising, beautiful people. Big up all the recipients. Run the track. Jamaica large and in charge.
We make history, woman abroad.
Thank the Lord, scholarship award.
A straight greatness of one in a yard.
Jamaica large and in charge. We make history, woman abroad. Thank the Lord, scholarship award.
A straight greatness of one in a yard.
Jam down, baby, jam down, baby. We are the future generation. Jam down, baby, jam down, baby. We are the future for the nation. We rise from Kingston City, sunshine bright and pretty, fed by elders' wisdom.
Soon come run this kingdom.
Who knew that we would be greater?
And that a female would lead Jamaica.
With all of the faults, still celebrate the strength.
Jamaica, we're very independent.
Jump down, baby, jump down, baby. We are the future
generation.
Jump down, baby, jump down, baby.
We are the future for the nation.
Talk to them. This is the land of kings and queens.
Jamaicans must reign supreme. One love, one heart, united in a dream, working together as a team. Scientists claim it's a mystery, fastest human in a history. If a reggae music card
plays in the track,
salute the green, the gold and the black.
If a reggae music
are plays in the track, salute the green, the gold and the black.
Jump down, baby, jump down, baby. We are the future
generation.
Jump down, baby, jump down, baby.
We are the future for the nation.
Jamaica large and in charge.
We make history,
woman abroad. Thank the Lord, scholarship award.
A straight greatness of one in a yard. A straight
go on in the yard. A straight greatness a go on in the yard. Big up all recipients. One love. Give thanks. Blessings.
No, you have to do better than that, people. Put your hands together. I believe I need to make a correction. Just now when I was introducing the performance, I only introduced Amal, right? And obviously, I should have said, Ngozi and Amal, right, is going to come up here. Clap them again for me now, please. Woo, that felt good. Now, I am so happy the energy feels like this because it is my absolute pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. Major O'Neill Blackwood has served the Jamaica Defense Force for close to 2 decades. Cannot tell by looking at him. His most recent role is being acting commanding officer of the Combat Support Battalion, Jamaica Regiment. He is committed to uplifting people and communities through his peers as a leader, a writer, and a thinker. His work and expertise as a commissioned officer spanned dynamic roles in infantry, special operations, and military education and training. These experiences have helped him to strengthen his abilities as a scholar practitioner capable of effectively leading collaborative initiatives designed to promote innovative thinking and transformational approach to education and training, leadership and development, and national security. Major Blackwood holds an MSc in Instructional Design and Technology. He also holds MSc in National Security Strategic Studies from the University of West Indies, Mona. He graduated from the University of Cambridge in 2022 with an MPhil in Education, a life-changing opportunity offered to him as a 2021 Marcus Garvey Public Sector Inaugural Scholar. You can clap that. Major Blackwood received the Best Dissertation Award for the MPhil in Education, Leadership, and School Improvement. His dissertation focused on harnessing the power of military schooling to derive transformational learning and development for individuals and underserved communities, particularly in the areas of leadership development, national security, and education. Major Blackwood was also elected a Bateman Scholar by the Master, Fellows, and staff of his college, Trinity Hall. In March this year, Major Blackwood was double awarded the Trinity Hall Postgraduate Research Scholarship and Cambridge International Scholarship to study a PhD in education, starting in the academic year 2023-24. He's not done yet. He has graciously accepted and is determined to maximize this opportunity to further enhance his research, contributions, networks, and ability to bridge the gap between real-world military operation, civil-military relations, and scholarship. Amongst his achievements, he counts his family as his greatest. Major Blackwood is thankful for the opportunity to share his life journey with his wife of 12 years, Latoya, and his children. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my friend, Major O'Neill Blackwood.
Everyone's looking so lovely. His Excellency, Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, Governor General of Jamaica and Chairman of the Scholarship Selection Committee, distinguished members of the Scholarship Selection Committee, Mr. Wayne Jones, Deputy Financial Secretary of the Strategic Human Resource Management Division, Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, Head of the Student Loan Bureau, other executives and representatives of ministries, departments, and agencies of the GOJ, distinguished awardees, representatives and members of the Marcus Garvey Scholarship Technical Secretariat, members of the media, guests and viewers online in the virtual space, ladies, gentlemen, all, pleasant afternoon. It doesn't sound pleasant at all. A pleasant afternoon, everyone. I struggled preparing the protocol while I was listening to Shelley and there. I hope I caught everyone. I've been asked to speak on the ever-evolving realm of leadership, which has a boundless scope and many transformational aspects. This timeless topic reverberates through the ages, maintaining its significance and impact. The title of my speech is Navigating Tomorrow, From Gratitude to Greatness, which is the basis of my charge to the recipients today that I will use to conclude. I have 15 minutes, so please do not start your stopwatches yet. Because before I go into my thoughts on leadership for navigating to greatness, it is essential for me to express some urgent words of gratitude. The memories of a young boy from Orangefield, just north of Linstead, with big dreams and limited resources, stir an indescribable feeling within the man I am today. I recall the love and support of those who always saw more in me than the humble means of my family or other material indicators. And it is your belief that has manifested into this mission to positively impact the youth of Jamaica through the power of education. The next chapter that I'm embarking on shines a light into my forays further into the depths of education and training in military environments. My prior study on military schooling in Jamaica during my MPhil at Cambridge is more than just research. It's a roadmap. I'm connecting the dots between real-world military operations, how the military and civilian sectors work together, and what scholars say and need to know. My goal, to harness the military's potency for the development of young people in Jamaica and the wider Caribbean region, emphasizing leadership, national security, and quality education, one of our sustainable development goals, to transform their lives and communities. Being honored with the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Scholarship is more than just an accolade. It's a calling. For those of us bestowed with this distinction, the weight of responsibility and the swell of gratitude intermingle. To the architects of this scholarship, your foresight has done more than just set for us a path. You've armed us with the conviction and zeal to chase our dreams fearlessly. Your Excellency, esteemed members of the Scholarship Selection Committee, this scholarship isn't merely an award. It is a testament of trust. Trust in the potential of Jamaicans to shape our own transformation and spearhead progress. It is also, thank you. It is also a symbol of hope, with Garvey as our guiding star. It's a potent reminder that Jamaica has a legacy of greatness to uphold. Minister Clark is not here, but I will say that he walks the talk. His passion in implementing the scholarship shines brightly sending a message that Garvey's spirit lives on in every stride he takes. His vision and commitment to the national public sector, complemented by the fervor of his team, casts a light that beckons us towards greater aspirations. And I must say to the linchpins of this endeavor, the indefatigable team of the Marcus Garvey Scholarship Technical Secretariat, our gratitude knows no bounds. Your painstaking efforts have crafted a pedestal of excellence upon which we stand, poised and ready. And through Garvey's legacy, we're not just chasing dreams, but shaping a future where Jamaica continues to rise, generation after generation. Now for my thoughts on leadership for navigating to greatness. Leadership, you can start your stopwatches now. Leadership is a dynamic process where certain individuals, recognized or acting as leaders, guide or influence those identified or behaving as the led or as preferred followers. It's clear that leaders consciously steer their followers, shaping their interactions and actions. Although opinions diverge, especially in the scholarly literature, on the nature and impact of this influence, the role of being the leader or the follower can be situational. These foundational ideas echo through early leadership models, emphasizing leadership as an intricate dance involving the leader, the follower, the situation, and communication. The challenge of leadership in Jamaica today can be distilled through outcomes linked to these four aspects. Each of us has the potential to lead, be it at work, home, or within our communities. Yet, numerous challenges, especially in times of crisis, diminish our ability to connect, collaborate, and influence. Leadership isn't merely about occupying a position. It's about making a difference, guiding with foresight, inspiring, and constantly evolving. True leaders, unshackled from tradition, push past immediate challenges, understanding that progress isn't born from complacency, but from proactive action. To elucidate my stance on this, I'd like to transport you back in time to a chapter from my personal story in the military. 18 years ago, as a fledgling recruit in the military, I encountered a peculiar episode. I believe Major Hill was there. That has been etched in my memory. It's a story I've often revisited. I fondly call Hidden Consequences. And when I tell this story, you'll know if my wife taught me storytelling well. Hidden Consequences. Outside the barracks at Newcastle, the world was alive with the routine of military life. But inside a disused storage locker, recruits white and brown thought they had discovered an impeccable hideaway. They were known to their mates as notorious skivers. Skivers were known for sneaking away from tasks and being hard to find. Out of sight, out of mind, White whispered, a smirk playing on his lips. But soon, a familiar cadence reached from the outside. Down, up, down, up. Interspersed were pointed chants, all because of recruits white and brown. Sir, the punishment, a relentless stream of push-ups being performed by their mates, was a bitter reminder of the collective responsibility they had abandoned. Their escape was felt, not by them, but by their fellow recruits. The silence in their secret refuge was now overshadowed by a pressing truth. Avoidance sometimes shifts the burden onto others. A tide of guilt surged through Recruit Brown. each chant amplifying his remorse. He moved to rejoin and own up to his lapse, but white, firm in their pact, held him back. Where you go recruit? Out of sight, out of mind, he insisted, emphasizing the need for discretion. So brown and white stayed hidden, a secret echoing in the fading shouts of the drill sergeant, leaving behind a camaraderie to be shaped in their absence. Was it a good story? This scenario characterizes what Jamaica's public servants experience frequently, a prevailing dichotomy which impedes our progress on all fronts. Leadership in Jamaica, shapers or skivers. On one hand, there are those who shirk their responsibility or fall victim to circumstances mirroring recruits white and brown, while on the opposite end stand individuals of tenacity and discipline, mirroring their dedicated and disciplined mates who persevere. As Couragean and Shabazi articulated in 2016, these latter individuals are primed to be transformational leaders, possessing the grit, clarity, and the foresight to transcend challenges no matter the situation. And yet, for public servants, the challenges are numerous, often daunting. Some issues scream for attention, immediate and glaring, while others, though monumental, whisper from the sidelines. The temptation to focus on the here and now, on what's visible, conveniently sidelining what lurks in the peripheries. But therein lies the trap of short-termism, neglecting issues that, while not immediately pressing, hold the potential to shape or break our future. And this is where Garvey's profound statement, "Intelligence rules the world, and ignorance carries the burden," reverberates with truth. It aptly underscores the dynamic between recruit brown and white, emphasizing the consequences of missed or deliberately missed opportunities for correction and improvement. Yet a paradox remains. The weight of success in the public service often rests on the shoulders of a handful, bearing the load consistently. Tragically, the line differentiating the committed from the evasive remain blurred, and often the recognition those who evade receive is undeserved. Lessons from military history have reinforced my belief that though nepotism can momentarily uplift someone, if they lack the requisite skills, their true worth will eventually be unveiled. Either they retreat before their inadequacies come to the forefront, or they face potential humiliation by undertaking tasks for which they are ill-prepared for. As observed, one can only coast on borrowed time or the efforts of genuine contributors for so long before their true capabilities, or the lack thereof, are laid bare. But this does not do much to advance our collective cause, and it's about time, because about 100 years ago, Marcus Garvey astutely pointed out that conflicting human actions can actually stall human progress. And he went on to say that while some individuals from all walks of life undergo a spiritual and mental rebirth or awakening, there still exists a myriad of issues that could potentially lead to humanity's downfall writ large. The saying, "out of sight, out of mind," might reflect a basic human tendency, but the teachings of Marcus Garvey emphasize that true transformation requires us to move beyond such transient perceptions. Anchored in the belief that we must rise as transformative beacons, I have identified 4 attributes for such a journey. And they are: 1, clarity and foresight; 2, determination and resilience; 3, inspirational presence; and 4, challenging of the status quo. I will now go into my musings about each of these in that order, starting with clarity and foresight. Globally, regions powered by educated populations outperform others economically and are otherwise more productive. This underpins the age-old axiom of human capital. Introduced into the world of economics in the 1960s, this concept isn't just about GDPs or dollar signs. It's about the transformative power of knowledge, fueling a nation's development. And it goes hand in hand with human agency, another concept, emphasizing how education not only enlightens, but emboldens individuals to chase their dreams with vigor. Now, let's look at home. In 2009, the Planning Institute of Jamaica revealed a startling fact. 70% of our public servants weren't meeting critical educational standards. This wasn't just a headline, it was a wake-up call, a call for reinvention. The urgency of this message was only driven home harder with the Jamaica Education Transformation Commission's report 12 years later. And I loosely quote from it: "Our path to progress, rising above our colonial past, leans heavily on the fulcrum of education." It isn't about diplomas or degrees hanging on a wall. It's about fostering socioeconomic evolution while honoring our roots and sculpting a brighter, clearer future. I want you to also recall the PIOJ's Vision 2030 National Development Plan for Jamaica. When it first came out, 2030 seemed eons away. Yet here we are in 2023, almost 2024. With 2030 is just around the corner. Missed opportunities stare back at us, reminding us that foresight was needed far more than we realized. Our nation's trajectory hinges on a leadership that's firmly anchored in self-awareness, ambition, and a burning passion for improvement, especially for those driving our nation's well-being, like our public servants. This thirst for knowledge must also evolve into wisdom and into relentless action. Marcus Garvey's legacy calls for leaders of this special kind, not mere followers, leaders who don't just adapt but shape the environment, another key aspect of the leadership model. We must challenge the status quo and rally everyone towards a united dream. Yet, in the realm of leadership, two personas continue to emerge. One will always stand hesitant, paralyzed by the unknowns, while the other shines with a clarity, adeptly sidestepping challenges. It is this illuminated leader we want, who doesn't merely guide, but blaze trails. Confronted with hurdles, their voice is steady, their message is clear. And as we would say in the military, follow me, I've got this. Such a leader epitomizes what we can call a proactive vision, acting as a beacon, especially in uncertain times. Determination and resilience. In the wake of the pandemic, the landscape in Jamaica shifted dramatically. I and some colleagues conducted a recent, yet-to-be-published study which showed that the third wave of the pandemic knocked the winds out of many sails. Preparedness dwindled, motivation dipped, and satisfaction in one's job seemed a distant memory for many. The culprits? Concerns about working conditions and feelings that the pay simply wasn't enough. Add to this the mental strain, a combination of inherent risks, workplace stress, and an absence of adequate workplace support. Despite some applaud in some corners of the public sector in terms of the response during these trying times, it's clear that there has been a massive cost. Many of us grapple with mental health challenges, and there is where we know these are only going to intensify. They have intensified in the crisis like the one we faced in the pandemic. We've been the backbone during countless challenges in the public sector. But the unique nature of the pandemic meant it's high time, in fact, to really delve into what keeps us resilient and motivated amidst such chaos. It underscores the need for leadership that isn't just about reacting, but proactively addressing resilience based on solid evidence and catering specifically to our unique circumstances, especially in Jamaica and the regional context. But let's be clear, leadership has its contrasts. As I said before, there is one who duck and cover, looking for any chance to escape the grind, much like our skiver. Then there is the kind of leader who stands tall, hones their resilience, and tackle the challenges head on. Inspirational presence. Think about the difference between someone who just skims the surface, comes to office every day, and someone who truly invests their time in people around them. One vanishes like a passing shadow, while the other leaves an imprint that lasts, touching hearts in the process. Your Excellency, I believe. As I explored in my recent JDF Alert magazine article, Triple R leadership as an antidote to crisis and chaos. Leadership is never about a title or a badge or a rank. It's about lighting a fire in people, rallying them around a common goal. Some leaders might simply hide behind their titles, almost like white and brown. The ones who inspire, they shine bright, turning every bump in the road into a triumph that we all can celebrate. And finally, challenge of the status quo. The world we knew has changed, hasn't it? The pandemic threw a spanner in the works, upending life as we know it. The daily routines, the way we engage, even our expectations, all have taken a significant turn. For the final time, I'll use our poor friends White and Brown, and I promise you it wasn't Major Hill, and it wasn't me either. But I'll use the example for the last time. Their decision to hide in the shadows is like when we get to set in our ways and avoid change. It's easy to get comfy with what we know, right? Right? Yes. Sticking to the old ways can mean missing out on what could be. It's like having the same meal every day when there's a world of flavors out there. Now think of the leader who's always looking ahead, the one who's keen to try new things. That's the spirit we need. They don't see problems. They see opportunities. They're the ones who think, why not? When everyone else is saying, why? It's clear more than ever that the same old things just won't do. Sticking to the usual is not an option. It's like running on a treadmill. Your legs are moving, but you really are not going anywhere. We need forward thinkers, people who light the way and bring fresh ideas to the table. That is our ticket to navigating these tricky times and finding our way to a brighter tomorrow. So these 4 attributes in essence that I just presented are not just characteristics, they are pillars upon which transformational leadership is built. Leaders committed in driving transformation must adopt an evolved mindset, always considering themselves as the fulcrum, just like education is the fulcrum for progress in Jamaica. We must be the fulcrum as embodiments of dedication and foresight. Our proactive approach shouldn't just adopt an out of sight, out of mind attitude, rather an into sight and top of mind attitude. The followers expect more. The situation requires it, and communication must continuously improve and not be left to the fringes of innovation. So my charge to you, the recipients here today, is this. As we move forward from greatness today on Marcus Garvey's birthday. As we move forward from gratitude today on Marcus Garvey's birthday to greatness in all that we do, we must decide, do we seek comfort in obscurity, or do we harness the powerful potential of foresight and initiative? Our path to a brighter, more just future hinges on this pivotal choice. I want you to always remember that it isn't merely a scholarship that you are receiving, it's a promise. A promise that as long as Garvey's spirit endures, Jamaica must never stop moving towards a grander tomorrow. With this understanding, we all must pledge to keep the flame of Marcus Garvey's vision burning bright, enduring in its luminance, touching all generations to come. Thank you very much.
Major Othniel, Blackwood. I call him Neil, so sometimes I don't remember says Othniel. Blackwood, give him another round of applause for me, please. Lots of information shared in that very, very serious speech. I picked out something: adopt an insight and top-of-mind attitude. I like that. I always try to remember things that I can put on a t-shirt, because for some reasons, if you can put a message on a t-shirt, it's easier to spread it. So we can put that one on a t-shirt. Adopt an insight and top-of-mind attitude. Thank you for that, Major Blackwood. And while we'll ponder on the words shared with us, we're going to invite Mr. Fred Robertson to serenade us through some music. Put your hands together for the saxophonist, Mr. Fred Robertson.
Ah
Mr. Fred Robertson. Ooh, I used to play the saxophone in high school and I was never that good. All right, and now the reason why we're here. We are here today because we want to congratulate and introduce you to the 2023 Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship recipients. Of course, this program is the core element of the government of Jamaica's human capital development strategy. And so, at this time, I'd like to invite Ms. Nikisha Walsh, Executive Director, Students Loan Bureau, to help us present the awardees with their certificate. Ms. Walsh, that's your spot right there? That's your spot, beautiful. All right. And so, I'm going to announce the names of the awardees, and the requisite applause is encouraged because we are here to celebrate their achievements. Are we ready? Captain Natalie James. Everybody here has a booklet in their hand. You can check the booklet out if you want details as to where the recipients, who they are, what their thoughts are, and some information about their studies, where they'll be, and so on. Dr. Sharika Equina Flowers. I hope I said that right. And of course, her husband is also studying with her. Welcome, Dr. Stefan Flowers. Awesome. Mr. Rajiv Ford. Dr. Shane Simmons. Ms. Chrissy Lee McLean. Ms. Shannon Douglas Francis. Awesome. At this time, I want to say thank you so much to Ms. Walsh for your assistance in presenting these awards. And I'd like to invite Dr. Diana Thorburn, Director, Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, to present the rest of the certificates. And our next recipient is Ms. Celine Ogilvie. Ms. Daniela McGilvery. Ms. Crystal Lambert. Mr. Christopher Blake. Mrs. Tash Marie Chambers Russell. Mr. Fabian Lowe. Ms. Latoya Greaves. And Mrs. Crystal Rowe Allen. Those are the recipients that are here with us today. Please put your hands together for the 2023 Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship recipients. All right. So we asked each recipient when we met them about 2 weeks ago, we asked them a question. We said, if you could change one thing about Jamaica, what would it be? Let's see what they say.
I'm Latoya Greaves from the Ministry of National Security.
I'm Fabian Lowe, and I'm from eGov Jamaica Limited.
I am Dr. Stefan Flowers. I am a medical officer with the Ministry of National Security.
My name is Dr. Sharika Equiano Flowers. I'm with the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
I'm Dr. Trudy Ann Johnson Hilton. I am employed with the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
My name is Christy McLean. I am from the Ministry of National Security.
My name is Tash Marie Chambers, and I am from the Ministry of Education.
I am Captain Natalie James from the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
My name is Shannon Douglas Francis. I am a veterinary public health inspector and food safety specialist at the Southern Regional Health Authority under the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
I am Dr. Roshane Simmons. I am a medical officer in the Ministry of Health and Wellness Jamaica, based at the Alexandria Community Hospital.
My name is Daniela McGilvery. I am from the Ministry of Education.
My name is Christopher Blake. I am from the Ministry of National Security.
I am Crystal Rowe Allen. I work at the Land Valuation Division at the National Land Agency.
My name is Rajiv Ford. I'm from the Ministry of Finance and Public Service.
I am Krista Lambert, and I am currently employed to the Manchester Municipal Corporation as a building officer.
My name is Celine Ogilvie. I'm under the Ministry of Justice.
One thing that I would change about Jamaica is definitely how we manage conflict, especially in the family.
If there was anything at all that I could change about Jamaica, it would definitely be the political apathy of young people. I mean, we are the future of the country. So if we take an interest in our country, then Jamaica will be a force to reckon with.
The one thing that I would change about Jamaica is to eliminate crime.
The thing that I'd love to change about Jamaica is the moral decay within the society. I also would want to reiterate the importance of the family structure, specifically the nuclear family structure, and how important it is for the youth within the society.
If I can change one thing in Jamaica, it will be the crime culture.
If I could change one thing about Jamaica, I would like to change the accessibility that our population has to the healthcare system, as well as educating our population about their health.
If I could change one thing about Jamaica, it's what everyone would change, and that's crime. Because Jamaica is such a wonderful place to live and to grow family. And if we could only get rid of the crime, it would be such a wonderful place. So that is what I would love to get rid of in Jamaica.
If I could change one thing about Jamaica, it would be how we respond to disasters or disease outbreaks.
I have a love and passion for information technology, and technology is evolving. What I would change, I would put more programs within the inner city communities that will help the children to be better able to manage themselves when it comes on to the computer.
If I were to change anything about Jamaica, well, I wouldn't say change, but I would stress the importance of family life and values, which makes for a healthy society and impacts on the reduction in crime in our nation.
If I could change one thing about Jamaica, it would actually be the high levels of crime and violence that is plaguing our wonderful country, Jamaica.
The one main thing I would change is how Jamaicans view the role of local government in development practices.
If I could change one thing about Jamaica, it will definitely be the level of crime in our society. As an emergency physician, I see just the effects of our crime daily. And it's quite painful to see because this is a beautiful country and it's very painful. to see the loss of life.
So if I could change one thing about Jamaica, it would be our high levels of crime. You know, it's really plaguing our society, and I would love to partner within my organization, the JCF, to see how we can innovate, be creative, to implement strategies to reduce crime.
If I could change one thing about Jamaica, that would be for citizens to understand their rights and responsibility under the Constitution, and that is to preserve our nation for future generation, and also to ensure that you protect children as being a part of society, being a part of the family, and being a part of our great nation.
Our graduates, yes, put your hands together for them, please. Our recipients are in a unique position because they can actually do something about the thing that they see is a problem in our country. And as citizens of this country, we should all be concerned about some of the things that they mentioned. And at this time, I'd like to invite the top recipient of the 2023 Marcus Garvey Public Sector Scholarship, Captain Natalie. Oh Lord, I'm sorry, I got distracted. I want to say it right. Captain Natalie James to remove the vote of thanks.
His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, Governor General, Mrs. Audrey Sewell, Cabinet Secretary, Office of the Cabinet, Ms. Jacqueline Mendez, Chief Personnel Officer, Office of the Services Commission, Dr. Wayne Henry, Director General, Planning Institute of Jamaica, Professor Stephen Vassiani, Director of International Law, the University of the West Indies, Dr. Diana Thorborn, Director of Research, Caribbean Policy Research Institute, Ms. Nikisha Walsh, Executive Director, Student Loans Bureau, Mr. Wayne Jones, Deputy Financial Secretary, Ministry of Finance and the Public Services, Major Othniel Black, Marcus Garvey Scholarship graduate, esteemed scholars, online attendees, and distinguished guests. First, I would like to extend our most sincere thanks to God for making today's event a resounding success. Today, we express our gratitude to the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship. This occasion is a testament to the commitment of advancing education, fostering talent, and igniting the flame of national pride. As we reflect on the words of Marcus Garvey, a visionary leader whose principle continues to inspire us, we remind ourselves of the importance of resilience, courage, and a positive mindset that is needed to shape our collective destiny. It was Marcus Garvey who said, "With confidence, you have won before you have started." The recipients of the Marcus Garvey Scholarship has demonstrated this confidence by standing out in the pursuit of excellence. Our dedication to academic brilliance, outstanding job performance, and unwavering commitment to public service has earned us this prestigious scholarship and positioned us as torchbearers of Jamaica's future. Our resilience in overcoming challenges and our determination to contribute to our nation's growth mirrors the spirit that Marcus Garvey sought to ignite within us all. Marcus Garvey's words on education resonates deeply. Education is the medium by which people are prepared for the creation of their own particular civilization and the advancement and glory of their own race. Today, we celebrate our achievements by acknowledging the transformative power of education. This scholarship award recognizes the shared relationship between education and national development. Through this initiative, we nurture a cadre of individuals who will harness their knowledge and skills to drive our country's progress to new heights. We are afforded the opportunity to cultivate our academic excellence, own our leadership potential and fill ourselves with the virtues of public spiritedness and character. Remember Marcus Garvey's wisdom. Never forget that intelligence rules the world and ignorance carries the burden. Therefore, remove yourself as far as possible from ignorance and seek as far as possible to be intelligent. This scholarship generous provisions, including courage of our tuition, stipend for living expenses, and even provisions of medical insurance for those studying abroad, underscores the program's dedication to our success and overall well-being. These scholarships not only celebrate our individual accomplishments, but also foster a sense of collective pride in the foundation set by our predecessors. As we embarked on our journey of postgraduate studies, remember that we all carry the aspirations of our nation on our shoulders and in our hearts. Our success will inspire others to follow in our footsteps, and our contributions will shape the narrative of Jamaica's future. In closing, let me express our heartfelt appreciation to the Marcus Garvey Scholarship Selection Committee for their meticulous dedication in identifying scholars of exceptional promise. I extend our gratitude to the participating universities and all those who will support us on this remarkable journey. To each scholarship recipient, we are entrusted with a legacy that will champion perseverance, education, and national pride. As you take the baton of excellence, let Marcus Garvey's words resonate in your heart. Lift up yourself, for you have the power within you to overcome all things. Together, let us continue to carve the path towards a brighter and prosperous Jamaica. All the best to my peers, a heartfelt thank you to our supporters, and we commit to making you all proud. Thank you.
And with that, with the final words from Captain Natalie James, we're about to wrap. We had a conversation earlier. Professor Vassiani asked me if we can make it about 1. I think I'm doing good. Well, how did I do? Thank you. All right, so I want to just say one more time, just so we're clear what we came here to do, for us to give a hearty congratulations to the 2023 Public Sector Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship recipients. You are just beginning. This is not the end. This is just the start of a journey, and we are all very excited to see who you become. So to those persons who are here with us today, all the well-wishers, family members, supporters, friends who came out to join and in our celebration of these recipients, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being there, because you are a part of their journey. You are a part of why they're here, and give yourselves a round of applause for the support that you continue to give these people. We know that Jamaicans who serve in the public sector go above and beyond for their country. And we know that this cohort presented here today will also continue to do that. So we'll continue to show them support, right? We'll continue to ensure that they get where they need to go, so that they can solve some of the challenges that our nation continues to face. Now, if you wish to share the video from this event with a loved one, or maybe you just want to watch it again, it will be available on the Ministry of Finance's YouTube, so feel free to share and watch and enjoy. And you can also visit the Ministry of Finance's website, mof.gov.jm, for information as it relates to applying for scholarships. And this scholarship, you know, will be up again, so please tell your friends. We will definitely like to see more public servants take advantage of this opportunity. As you can see, it is something that is a game changer, and it can definitely be the catalyst that you need to get to the next step of your journey. And today, I just want to close with my favorite quote from Marcus Garvey, and that is, if you have no confidence in self, you are twice as defeated in the race of life. With confidence, you have won before you have even started. So walk good in confidence. My name is Shelley Ann Weeks. It was my pleasure to serve you this morning. Thank you so much.